there's an enemy right here. There's about to be a wraith that shows up. Yep, right here. There's a wraith right here. Instead of pathing out in the open like this, you should have been on the rooftops, getting shots off on this guy, and you would have caught this wraith out in the open as well, while she was trying to go help her teammate. Instead, you actually push out into the open, right? You don't know where the other teams landed, so you could actually be getting shot from the back, like your whole backside, right? You don't know. You don't know where they are. Your teammate has that one building, right? And I think one of your other teammates landed somewhere over there, right? But still, you're in the middle of the street. You have this one piece of cover, and you're fighting somebody. Even if you kill this person, who's to say that her teammates, say there's two of them here, since that's where your team was fighting the other team, one of them jumps down, or both of them jump down in worst case, and you actually die here, even if you do kill her. Good thing you have your Q, your Wraith special ability. But even though you have this, it's not something that you want to rely on too much when you don't need to, you know. You don't want that to be a crutch, because then these bad habits will carry over into other first-person shooters. But if you're mainly playing Apex, really not that big a deal. But you just want to build good habits, and one of the bad habits is open pathing like this. It's unnecessary. You're putting yourself out in the open. You can easily take a lot of damage. But you have purple armor and you have a Q, so I guess I understand. You know, it's taking a risk. Right? I doubt that you'll get down quickly. So you take these shots, right? Honestly, right here when you got your armor basically cracked, you should have queued out before you took too much damage. You almost went down here if she would have hit any more of her shots. So after you emptied that wingman clip, which only had 4 bullets in it, you should have queued if you weren't gonna reload it. Instead, you switched to a sniper for close range. So what I do like is that you actually run away and you bait her here, right? You bait her up the zip line so you can get some free shots. Unfortunately, she doesn't fall for it. She's a much better player than you thought she was. But I like that, you know, baiting your enemy into being predictable. But I see you do this all the time, right? You know, it's not like I haven't played with you before. Like, one thing that you're really good at is baiting the enemy into being predictable so you can get openings, right, and get free damage. That's the one thing I can say that I like about your playstyle. You deal a lot of damage without taking damage. Right here, you see enemies. Well, you continue looting though. Skip ahead. Alright, so continue your looting. So actually, you came from that building and you actually went straight over here. And you path low ground. I guess you're still trying to play aggro close range when you don't have a strong close range loadout. So you must be doing this because you have a strong close range character, right? But even though you have a strong close range legend like Wraith, right? If you don't have the close range loadout to back you up, you won't be able to get these kills quickly and as efficiently without the proper loadout. So adjust your playstyle to your loadout, not your legend, right? Even though you have a more close range, close quarters combat legend, you don't have a close quarters combat loadout. You should be playing for range right now. But either way, so let's actually go back a little bit. So you decide to get a little up close and personal while your teammates are shooting them from the rooftop. So you know that there are enemies up here. Obviously. You don't know if there are enemies over here, right behind you, because you didn't look. You didn't even take the time to just peek right quick. You know, you kind of just focus in this general area, which is good. But just taking a quick look to your right, maybe you would have seen somebody there, because you definitely got shot. You took like a little bit of damage. Luckily, you had this jump pad right here, so you know it's not like they were gonna kill you or make you commit to the fight. They're actually kind of far away, so it's not that big a deal. But you can still just look to your right. Right here, when you're pushing this squad, you have 3 ways to approach them. Right, 3 main ways. You go back just a little bit. So actually, no, we can start from right here. So what you can do, you can go through this door and you can go up the stairs, right? You can go through the elevator shaft and take the zip line up. Or if we go back just a little bit here, I said a little bit. See, this is what I don't like about Mixer. I can't go ahead 10 seconds. I can't go back 10 seconds. I kind of have to click on this. Okay, right here. All right, so you could take the stairs, or you could take the zip line, or you could actually climb up on this ledge, right? And then climb up on top of this, on top of the elevator shaft. And if you did that, you would have high ground, right? You would not only have high ground, but doing this places you in a really good position because you're being highly unpredictable, right? The enemies up here are most likely expecting, if they are being pushed, and if they hear you take this jump pad and hear you running below them, they're expecting you to come from the elevator shaft, or they're expecting you to come from the stairs. And taking this path, well, yeah, this pathing right here and going up here would make you more unpredictable. So it'd be much easier to kill these people and catch them off guard if you had taken that route. But right here, what you actually do is you take the more predictable route and you go up the zip line, right? And as you can see right here, there's a bloodhound waiting for you because you're being predictable, right? The enemy is expecting people to come from the stairs or the zip line, so he's holding the stairs while also aim down sights at the zip line. So that free damage, those free downs, you know, that you could have gotten without taking any damage, you can't, because you were predictable. All right. So now you don't even go through the zip line doorway, because the bloodhound has a line of sight on you. You don't want to take damage, so you try to get some shots off on the zip line while doing this weird zip line jump and shooting thing, but you still end up taking damage anyway. It's actually half your shield. So you decide to be a bit more unpredictable. You kind of fix your mistake here. I like that. And you go back around and climb up here while your teammate goes up there, right? It's good, you know, a reposition. You get some good shots off. You actually break his armor. It's really good. You down this Pathfinder. You and your teammate down him. Actually, it's really good. Your teammate goes down up here. You stick the res because you know nobody's up there. I'm guessing you guys are calling out things. And you jump down, right? So you know enemies are still in this building, right? You don't know what floor they're on. There could be somebody on this floor. We're not really sure. But I'm guessing your awareness, right? Maybe you hear the footsteps, the gunshots, whatever, tells you that they're at the bottom here. So I'm just gonna trust your awareness right here. So right here, there are actually people in that other room. And you have cover to work with. You have cover here. You can use this. It may not be the best cover, but it's still cover. You can use this as cover. You can go to the doorway, go through it, and then open up the doors this way. Open up the doors this way. And use those as cover. If we actually continue... Come on, man. Continue the VOD. You can use these ends of the walkway. You can use these ends as cover as well. All right. But instead, what you do is you abandon all cover and you just take the fight out in the open. Mind you, you don't have full health. Right now, you have the equivalent of a white shield. And there's 2 people shooting at you, not one, but 2, right? And you still take the fight, right? You still take the shots. You kind of immediately get out there, though. You know, I'm guessing you realize that there were two at this time. The reaction was fairly quick, and then you use the doors. You come back through, but your teammate kind of helps you out here. So like right there, you kind of took that fight out in the open, but you fixed your mistake immediately, like as soon as you started getting shot at. But that's good. Just know never to take a fight where multiple people are shooting at you at one time. You know, once more than one person is shooting at you, you probably just want to reposition, use your Q or whatever, get out of there. So that's really good. You actually did that. Maybe your reaction was just a little bit slow, but really not that big a deal. It takes a while to react to some things. This is good. You guys wipe up the squad. It's teamwork mainly. You were grabbing their attention while your teammate came from this doorway right here and killed them. All right, so there's that. Now we just continue.